In the murky underbelly of the cyber battlefield, this is how they tell me the world ends by Nicole Perlroth, exposes the ruthless game of global cyberarms. It's a twisted tale of zero-day vulnerabilities, glitches in the matrix that give hackers a free pass to sneak into your life, your business, and the very guts of governments worldwide. These 0 days, the holy grail of spycraft, let shadowy figures tiptoe through your digital domain unseen. They're the skeleton keys that unlock the doors to your secrets, dismantle safety nets at chemical plants, pull strings in elections, and yank the plug on the electric grid. The US government once ruled the zero-day black market, splurging big bucks to buy the silence of hackers peddling their virtual skeleton keys. But Uncle Sam lost his grip, and now these silent saboteurs are freelancing for hostile nations and cyber mercenaries, who give zero damns about the fallout. Perlroth's gritty narrative, forged in years of relentless reporting and countless clandestine interviews, peels back the curtain on the shadow market, laying bare the urgent threat looming over us all. The global cyberarms race is a ticking time bomb, and if we don't rein it in, the consequences will be nothing short of explosive. In the gritty realm of cyber warfare, a zero-day vulnerability is a software vulnerability, a glitch in the code that is known to the developer, but they're holding no trump card, no patch ready for release. In contrast, a zero-day exploit is a software package, coded to take advantage of the known zero-day vulnerability. It's a malware-loaded missile, fired before the cavalry arrives with a patch. The term zero-day refers to the fact that the vendor or developer has only just learned of the flaw, which means they have 0 days to fix it. Once a patch is released, the vulnerability is no longer considered a zero-day vulnerability, leaving the cyber mercenary searching for fresh prey. The repercussions of these digital daggers are no joke. Data breaches, financial carnage, reputations in tatters, and even national security dancing on the razor's edge. The cyber battleground is ruthless, and 0 days are the weapons of choice. In the grim chessboard of cyber warfare, a zero-day vulnerability is the unseen assassin, a glitch in the digital matrix with no remedy in sight. The zero-day tag? It's a stark reminder that the folks holding the codebook have absolutely no time to fix the flaw. Malicious players? They're already dancing through the breach. These vulnerabilities are shapeshifters, lurking in various forms, from lax data encryption and busted algorithms to password security nightmares. Pinning them down is like chasing shadows, they're elusive and damn hard to spot. Once a zero-day attack hits the criminal market, the race begins. Vendors scramble against the clock to birth a patch that plugs the leak. The stakes are high because these exploits are VIP exclusive, only the attackers know the secret handshake, and they're peddling it on the dark web for a king's ransom. For those caught in the crossfire, unexpected traffic and suspicious scans become ominous signs of a zero-day exploit prowling in the shadows. Unraveling these digital enigmas is a resource-draining endeavor, with cybersecurity warriors delving deep to decode the vulnerabilities and fathom the dark arts employed by individuals, worms, and viruses in the zero-day underworld. In the relentless realm of digital warfare, zero-day attacks emerge as a pervasive threat to the global order. These assaults, born of uncovered software or hardware flaws with no cure in sight, manifest in various insidious forms. Malware maelstrom. Malware, the harbinger of chaos, infiltrates systems with malevolent intent. Zero-day malware attacks exploit vulnerabilities in the digital fortress, causing havoc once inside. Phishing ploys. Social engineering takes a dark turn with phishing attacks that dupe users into surrendering sensitive data. Zero-day phishing exploits turn software or hardware vulnerabilities into gateways for pilfering secrets. Drive-by downloads. A digital ambush awaits unsuspecting internet wanderers. Zero-day drive-by download seize upon weaknesses in software or hardware, silently injecting malware into a user's computer during a routine website visit. Watering hole whispers. In a subtler approach, hackers set traps where specific user groups graze. Zero-day watering hole attacks lure prey by exploiting software or hardware vulnerabilities, leading to the stealthy theft of sensitive data. Zero-day attacks are versatile, wreaking havoc by stealing financial secrets, executing fraudulent transactions, manipulating code, harvesting credentials, unleashing ransomware, orchestrating denial of service, chaos, and more. Using zero-day exploits for financial gain can have significant consequences. 1. Financial losses. Exploiting these vulnerabilities is a direct route to bleeding organizations dry. Data breaches, pilfering sensitive intel, and the fallout costs of incident response and legal battles leave a trail of financial ruin. 2. Reputation in tatters. Those caught in the crossfire of zero-day exploits face a double whammy, not just fiscal losses, but a tarnished reputation. Trust crumbles, customer faith erodes, and brand value plummets, casting a long ominous shadow over business operations. 3. National security tightrope. Zero-day exploits wielded for financial gain aren't just a threat to balance sheets, they dance dangerously close to national security's edge. Critical infrastructure, government entities, and defense systems become unwitting targets, shaking a country's security foundation to its core. 4. Exploitation in the underground market. Zero-day exploits can be traded in underground marketplaces. They're currency in the shadowy underworld. They fuel the endeavors of threat actors and cybercriminal syndicates, amplifying the chaos in the cybersecurity landscape. 5. Legal and regulatory repercussions. The use of zero-day exploits for financial gain may result in legal and regulatory repercussions, including potential criminal charges, civil liabilities, and regulatory penalties for unauthorized access, data theft, and other illicit activities. In sum, the deployment of zero-day exploits for financial gain isn't just a gamble, it's a digital wildfire, consuming organizations, individuals, and the very fabric of national security. In the gritty theater of digital conflict, zero-day attacks unleash a cascade of chaos on businesses, leaving both immediate and enduring scars. The impact reverberates through various dimensions. Zero-day attacks can lead to a decrease in production, as manufacturing equipment, electronic communication networks, and other systems are vulnerable to zero-day exploits. Legal repercussions may also occur, as attackers can use a zero-day vulnerability to steal vital and sensitive data from the company, its employees, and customers, leading to revenue loss and legal consequences. The toll on the balance sheet is staggering. Even a brief system unavailability, spurred by zero-day attacks, can bleed businesses dry. Investigations, response efforts, and recovery measures rack up hefty bills in the aftermath. Zero-day vulnerabilities become a gateway for attackers to pilfer vital data, triggering a domino effect of revenue loss and legal ramifications. The courtroom becomes an arena where businesses must defend not just their systems but the very fabric of trust. Zero-day attacks can cause massive financial losses, as systems may be unavailable for even a few hours, and large sums of money may be spent on investigations, response activities, and recovery measures in the aftermath of the attacks. The fallout extends beyond the immediate battleground. Customer trust, painstakingly built over years, crumbles in the wake of zero-day attacks. The scars of compromised systems linger, casting a long, ominous shadow over the business's reputation. In the crosshairs of zero-day attacks, targets range from operating systems to the very fabric of the Internet of Things, casting a wide net that ensnares anyone plugged into the digital realm. As per the Pine M. Sullivan Privacy Report, a staggering 80% of successful breaches trace their lineage to the cunning strategies of zero-day attacks. The shadowy architects behind these assaults? Mandiant's analysis reveals that state-sponsored groups take center stage, orchestrating over 200 zero-day exploits from 2012 to 2021. Prime targets in this cyber theater include government departments, political parties, corporate giants, high-profile individuals, and anyone holding the keys to valuable data. Financial institutions find themselves squarely in the crossfire, with OS exploits serving as the skeleton key to a user system. Even tech titans like Apple, Microsoft, and Google aren't immune. They're frequent prey for zero-day predators aiming at broad swaths of users. The arsenal of zero-day attacks is diverse and deadly, ranging from pilfering sensitive financial data and executing fraudulent transactions to the dark arts of code manipulation, credential theft, ransomware, and the disruptive chaos of denial of service, otherwise known as DOS. In this digital Wild West, everyone's a potential target, and the cyber guardians must stay ever watchful to thwart these unseen adversaries. In the dark annals of cyber warfare, Sony Pictures Entertainment bore the brunt of a merciless zero-day assault in late 2014, unleashing a tidal wave of reputational devastation. Exploiting a concealed vulnerability within Sony's computer systems, the attackers wielded the power of a zero-day exploit, infiltrating the network covertly as early as September and remaining undetected until the destructive onslaught erupted in late November. This cyber onslaught evolved from a mere technological breach into a seismic event, catapulting Sony into a vortex of public embarrassment and unprecedented governmental involvement. The US president formally attributed the attack to a nation-state, with North Korea emerging as the alleged orchestrator. The stage for this drama spanned the realms of private cybersecurity and US government agencies, with the White House, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and the National Security Agency all players in this high-stakes narrative. The genesis of the attack lay in Sony's audacious plan to release The Interview, a satirical comedy that depicted an American duo recruited by the CIA to assassinate North Korea's supreme leader, Kim Jong-un. The repercussions were swift and ruthless. A deluge of sensitive corporate data flooded public file-sharing sites, laying bare unreleased films, business strategies, contracts, and the personal emails of top executives. For Sony, the aftermath was a cascade of chaos, inviting potential lawsuits and eliciting backlash from Hollywood power players. The leaked information exposed deep-seated secrets, pay disparities, and personal feuds, dealing a crushing blow to Sony's reputation. The cyberattack had not merely breached digital defenses, it had torn down the carefully constructed facades of a major entertainment giant. The fallout found a hungry audience online, with ongoing revelations perpetuating the damage to Sony's standing. This cyber tragedy served as a chilling reminder of corporate vulnerability in an interconnected world, emphasizing the imperative for robust cybersecurity measures. In summation, the 2014 cyberattack on Sony Pictures Entertainment left an indelible mark of reputational ruin. From public humiliation to legal turmoil and ongoing revelations. The aftermath of the zero-day attack on Sony's systems precipitated a significant drop in the company's stock price. Sony's stock price nosedived, witnessing a sharp 13.2% plummet in shares following the breach announcement, marking the most substantial single-day downturn since August 1999. The downward spiral persisted, with shares enduring a stark 31% drop from pre-breach levels, stripping away a staggering $5.3 billion from Sony's market capitalization. Market analysts foresaw further potential declines in Sony's stock price, as the fallout from the hacking incident persisted, and media scrutiny intensified. Although initial estimates pegged the financial toll of the breach around $100 million, the lingering fallout, and exposure of sensitive corporate information, inflicted lasting damage on Sony's reputation and stock performance. The aftermath of the zero-day attack unequivocally reflects a significant and protracted decline in Sony's stock price. The breach triggered a substantial erosion in the company's stock value, emblematic of the severe reputational and financial repercussions, molded by the fateful zero-day attack. The zero-day blitz on Sony Pictures threw a wrench in the works for their grand scheme to unleash the interview onto the world. Sony Pictures wasn't just in it for a popcorn flick. Nah, they wanted to stick it to the North Korean brass, and the assassination flick was just the ticket. The hackers identified themselves as the Guardians of Peace. These cyber renegades slammed Sony with a gut-wrenching ultimatum. Yank the release of Sony's brainchild The Interview? Or face more consequences? Their target? The movie depicting the assassination attempt of North Korea's Big Cheese, Kim Jong-un. The threat of terror loomed large over the silver screen, as major theater moguls caved under pressure, scrubbing The Interview from their marquees, faster than you could say popcorn. Sony's red carpet dreams? Crushed. Their blockbuster premiere? Axed. But this ain't Hollywood. Sony flipped the script, ditching the glitz and glamour and mainstream theatrical release, and instead offered The Interview as a digital download, and a limited theatrical release the next day. In a nutshell, the objective of the zero-day attack was to prevent Sony from profiting from the release of The Interview, which the hackers saw as offensive to the North Korean regime. So, in the end, Sony kissed the silver screen goodbye, settling for a shadow of its planned glory. The hackers had the last laugh, tearing up Sony's script, and leaving them scrambling for cover in the digital trenches. The fallout from the Sony Pictures data breach cast a long and ominous shadow over the company's reputation, leaving enduring and severe scars that rippled through time. The breach laid bare a treasure trove of sensitive corporate data, unreleased films, strategic blueprints, contractual nuances, and the personal emails of top executives. This trove became a lasting debate for a voracious online audience, perpetuating ongoing revelations that relentlessly chipped away at Sony's standing. The breach wasn't just a technological breach, it was an unmasking of deeply held secrets, exposing the inner workings of Sony Pictures. Revelations spanned from business practices and pay disparities to personal feuds, unleashing a torrent of criticism and negative sentiment. Sony Pictures found itself thrust into the spotlight as a poster child for corporate vulnerability in an interconnected world. The incident served as a stark reminder of the imperative for robust cybersecurity measures to fortify against the ever-looming specter of cyber warfare. The ongoing revelations, fueled by the exposure of sensitive corporate information, etched a lasting stain on Sony Pictures' reputation. The incident wasn't a momentary blip, but an enduring wound that continued to fester, subjecting the company to significant reputational damage and ongoing repercussions.